Like, share, comment, and to not miss updates about our channel, subscribe and hit the bell icon.
Once upon a time, deep in a green, peaceful forest, there was a memory no animal ever forgot. It was the tale of the great race when Timmy the Tortoise, slow and steady, beat Hare the Hare, who was the fastest in the forest, but also the sleepiest. Even years later, animals would giggle and whisper, "Remember when the hare took a nap? And the tortoise won? That was wild." Hare the Hare, now older, sat alone under a tree, ears drooped, and heart full of old regret. "I could have won," he mumbled. "I should have won. I was just careless." Every time he heard laughter echo through the trees, he thought they were laughing at him. Until one day, he stood up. "No more. I've trained. I've changed. No more naps. No more bragging. I want a rematch. A fair one." So, he hopped through the forest until he reached Timmy the Tortoise, who was quietly watering his garden. "Timmy," he called, "let's race again. You and me. One last time." Timmy looked up with a slow blink. "A rematch?" he said softly. "After all these years?" "Yes," Hare said firmly. "But this time, I won't nap. I won't boast. I'll give it everything I've got." Timmy smiled kindly. "Very well, Hare. Let's race. Not to prove who's better, but to show how far we've come." The forest lit up with excitement. Animals came from every corner: bears, owls, deer, raccoons, frogs, even fireflies twinkling above the trees. "Round 2, chirped the robins. "The rematch of the century," squeaked the mice. Race day. The track was longer, harder, and full of twists. It began through the woods, crossed a bubbling stream, wound up a rocky hill, past a flower field, and finally reached the golden finish line near the great oak tree. Timmy and Hare stood side by side, hearts steady, paws ready. "On your mark, get set, go!" Zoom! Hare dashed off like a streak of lightning. Timmy took his first step, slow but calm. Hare dodged trees, leapt over rocks, and flew past birds. "See, I'm focused. I'm fast. No stopping now." But soon, he reached the stream. There was no bridge. Timmy, behind him, took off his little hat, floated it like a boat, and slowly paddled across. Hare stared at the water. "Ugh, wet fur. I hate wet fur." But he closed his eyes, counted to 3, and splashed through. Dripping wet, he shook himself off and ran again. Then came the hill, steep, rocky, tall. Hare charged up, but slid down. He jumped again and slipped again. Meanwhile, Timmy took small, careful steps. His claws held tight, step by step, inch by inch. By the time Hare reached the top, Timmy was already climbing down the other side. Hare panted. Okay, I can still catch him." He raced into the flower field. Butterflies flew everywhere. Bees buzzed softly, but suddenly he stopped. A tiny squirrel had fallen and was crying in the middle of the path. Hare's eyes widened. "You okay, little guy?" The squirrel sniffled, holding a scraped paw. "I tripped. I can't walk." Hare looked at the finish line in the distance, then at the squirrel. Without a word, he gently picked him up and carried him to the side, tucking him under a shady bush. "Stay safe, kid." And just as he turned back to run, he saw it. Timmy was steps away from the finish line. The crowd gasped. The rabbits held their breath. Even the trees felt still. Timmy stepped over the line. The forest cheered. Confetti leaves rained down. Fireflies danced in the air. Hare crossed a few seconds later, panting but proud. He didn't win, but he smiled. Because this time, he didn't nap. He didn't show off. He didn't give up. And he helped someone in need. Timmy walked over, holding out a small leaf crown. "For you, Hare," he said. "For racing with heart." Hare blinked. "But I lost." Timmy nodded. "Maybe. But today, you became a real winner." From that day on, the race was remembered not for who crossed first, but for how both racers showed courage, kindness, and growth. And Hare, he never felt embarrassed again. Because sometimes, losing the race doesn't mean losing the lesson.
Hope you enjoyed watching the video. Thank you for watching.